Alright, so this is map discussion number 6. Going to start off with looking at the low temperatures across the state. Kind of varied. You have temperatures in the mid to low 40s across most of southern New Jersey and along the coastline. Temperatures then got down into the upper 30s and even a couple of freezing marks in Basking Ridge, Pequis, and a 29 up in Walpack. Taking a look at current conditions, temperatures in the upper 50s. Looks like they're going to break 60 in South Jersey, and just cooler as you go north with temperatures in the low 50s and even one reading of upper 40s in the high point of 48. Moving on to the current observations, you can see that stationary front we saw the other day, that's now moved well to our south. We're firmly entrenched in some reasonably uh, seasonable air with temperatures in the 50s and maybe even breaking 60. A little warm still, but much better than 70 in my opinion. A little bit of high pressure over Virginia and a stronger high pressure system situated just south of Hudson Bay, keeping us in that nice northeast, northerly flow basically from this high pressure system. Got a low pressure system back in, looks like it's centered a little further back, yeah. I think that's, I gotta see, Idaho, yeah, I think that's Wyoming. Centered back in Wyoming, causing some precipitation. I believe there's snow, yeah, some snow up in Minnesota and North Dakota. Um, and there's some snow in Michigan as well, with some other rain scattered about, as we'll see when we get to the radar. Warm front well to our south, and there's also something interesting. Got a dry line extending just through Texas here. You can see 38, 61, definitely a dry line here. So that's something interesting just to look out for. We'll see if that sparks any kind of thunderstorm activity. I don't think there's really any instability, or it's for there to be any kind of thunderstorm sparking from that. Uh, doesn't really seem to be anything else going for it other than this dry line. If it was earlier in the summer and temperatures were much higher, then I would say yeah, you could definitely see some strong storms there today. But it doesn't. I doubt there'll be any. It doesn't look like there's any there either. Moving on, take a look at the. Let me actually switch back to this. You can see we've got some clouds building into our area. A lot of cloudiness over basically most of the central part of our country, except for Iowa and Illinois. You can see also that there's a strong flow of clouds coming in from what looks like the Pacific, and if you look at the vapor, you can see there's a lot of moisture flowing in. That's because that is a subtropical jet that's entering in through Mexico and into the United States. If this was deeper in the winter and we had a lot of cold air entrenched, this could be potential for a setup for a major blizzard uh, somewhere. It'd be hard to say where without the actual setup being there, but that is this subtropical jet can supply a lot of moisture and get a lot of snow from that. But that doesn't seem to be the case here, as it's only November 4th, so we're not actually getting. It's not cold enough for snow in most areas yet. Taking a look, you can see Texas, there's actually nothing going on, no storms, so that dry line, as anticipated, isn't actually able to cause anything there. Moving to our neck of the woods, nothing in most of the Northeast. I'm kind of suspicious if this is. It looks like that is actually not a radar glitch. Looks like there's some snow up in Canada. Some rain in Virginia, probably associated with that stationary front starting to, just stalled there in that area right now. Starting to start slowly inching back north as that high pressure system slides further east. Got a lot of heavy rain. Right now, Kalamazoo looks like they just got done with it. It looks like there's a nice line of maybe storms, probably maybe a rumble of thunder in some of this stuff here. Probably just really heavy rain. Looks like they're thinking, this radar thinks this has turned to snow. I'm doubtful of that personally, but up here I think this was snow. Whether it's still snow, I think 3 hours later. Oops. Okay, that didn't do anything. that remains to be seen, but it looks like with that kind of heavy precipitation, I wouldn't be surprised to see this remaining as snow if it is still snow. Assuming looks like the front is not too far away, but it was only 32 when it was snowing, so I doubt it'd be accumulating very much. If it is, temperature probably. Actually, the winds are from the north, so I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to say without actually looking at true current conditions, but it looks like it could be snow. The winds were from the north. Probably not accumulating very much, though. There's also some snow back in heavier snow. That's definitely snow back in North Dakota. It's decently heavy, probably an inch an hour coming down, 3/4 inch an hour. Moving on to the models. This is about right now. You can see we've got the high pressure system situated over most of northeastern Canada. and the snow continues. Looks like the NAM thinks that it changes to rain over in Michigan. So just move forward. You can see we stay dry up until about Sunday, late Sunday night, like the AM hours of Sunday, early AM hours of Sunday. Around 8 a.m. Looks like New Jersey's going to see some showery activity. It's got a little bit of vorticity. Just clear that out. A little bit of vorticity moving through. Could spark some showers. As that stationary front makes its way back north, we've got all the southerly flow coming up, so that stationary front will move back north. And looks like it's the NAM at least thinks it's going to spark some precipitation. Moving on. A little further in the future, got a little bit of mixing going up in Canada. That doesn't really, like I said, I try to focus in this area mostly. So it looks like we got some rain coming in, possibly a severe weather event here. With the, just the temperature gradient, it's pretty thick isobars. I'd imagine temperatures probably in the 20s, teens, even back up into there. Got 50s and 60s here. That's a pretty tight temperature gradient, 40 degrees. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of severe weather there. It fizzles out a little bit by the time we get to Tuesday. But it looks like we get a little bit of a reactivation as it looks like a little low tries to form off the coast there. And get a little bit of a pretty decent vorticity maximums coming through there as well. So that looks like it could be convective feedback. That one definitely is, because you can tell by the weird diamond shape. Whenever it does that, usually that's a good sign of it being convective feedback. So that might actually just be some thunderstorms forming offshore. Looks like there's a decent amount of chance of rain on Tuesday. I'll have more for that when we get closer. And you'll note 540 line is now, it's moving slowly south. By the time we get to hour 84, looks like it's definitely moved a solid, oops, why does it do that? A solid 100 or 200 miles. So most of the cold air is still contained up in Canada, back up here. Alright, that's getting really annoying. But you can see we have another low pressure system starting to form. Alright, I'm just gonna show you this. There's an upper level low back here. Wow, I hate this stupid thing. Sorry about this. Upper level low back here. Got another low over here. That's a surface low. Alright, I give up. So we got the upper level low back here with a lot of vorticity, centered like that. Now I'm just gonna get rid of this one so I can't do anything there. So you've got the surface low here. Alright. Got the surface low there, and it's trough back here, which is actually weird because it's actually sitting over an area of high pressure. So that's interesting. This will most likely swing somewhere in this area, and then eventually go negative, either like here-ish, or maybe here, or could even be negative up here. But whatever it winds up doing, we'll have to watch this feature back here for potential another cold shot because it looks like the kind of scenario when we have a cold front that's kind of stalled out like this. We have little waves of low pressure riding along it, and this is just getting worse. I gotta switch back to the other one after today. So yeah, that's it for today.